I wanted to explore what the Camino was. The Camino is very well known by a lot of people of all ages, just walking by themselves. Everywhere we go, people are very friendly and very welcoming. In terms of training, I would say to at least get a very good or comfortable shoes.
Say, go and do the Camino. It's the best therapy. Hear yourself. It's something that your heart explodes. It's like you connect with all yourself. We are walking to a goal. What is the goal? Something that defines Santiago is the people. If I wanted to walk the Camino again, for sure. I want to go a lot.
I consider myself kind of an adventurer. I'm also a photographer, so I do a lot of landscape photography in the majesty of nature and trees and trails and things like that. I've always liked. How is the cell phone when you're walking the Camino? Actually, that's a question that I had. How is the cell phone service? So being able to rent it on location, it's huge. The first time that I knew about it was with that movie with Martin Sheen called The Way.
The teacher presented us the Camino and all the culture around that. You have to be very careful with your nutrition, your water, and what you eat. I'm grateful for the experience. It was very, very nice. Some days we walk like 6-7 hours. Well, the special memory that I have is when
a lot of pilgrims with a mobile phone, they use their GPS to keep track of their way. I did it in May, which is a nice month to do the Camino. There were some people from my institute, some people from University of Seville, so we were a really variety group. You must put 2 stamps every day just to cater that you have been to the Camino. So, I think the Camino chooses you. For example, every Camino I've chosen to do this far has its own story. Beautiful views, really beautiful towns. Also, all the north of Portugal is really, it deserves going there. And doing the Camino Portuguese also gives you another way of doing the Camino.
My decision was taken after I had a little battle with breast cancer. So someone told me that there was a way to do El Camino, to get to know yourself when you reach Santiago de Compostela, the church. My God, you feel so good. I even told my husband that I would like for him to do it so he experiences the same thing that I experienced. The food is wonderful, it's cheap, it's beautiful, people are nice, have someone on the phone that you can call them, that is very comfortable, especially if you don't speak the language, and especially if you have not done that yet. The first thing is, to me, is to do some research. Investigate. Is El Camino for you or not?
Since I started walking the last 7-8 years, I don't have any idea. I really don't. It should be more than 1,000 miles every year. The Camino, I fell in love. I broke my heart. I met some people. I adopted daughters and sons. And walked together with them. They all have their charm. They all have their charm. If I tell you that I like better the coast of Portugal, from Porto to Santiago, or that I like better the Primitivo, or even the Camino del Norte, or the part that I done from the Frances, or the road between Santiago, Murcia, Finisterre. Today all the Caminos are well signed. Once in a while, you maybe miss one sign because you were talking to somebody.
the gastronomy in the Portuguese way, it's actually very, very good. So food related, but I need to try peace of mind for the pilgrim as well, right? For the person walking, because you don't have to think about how difficult is it to find lodging when you are walking. How safe is it for a woman to walk the Camino alone?
Most of the time you're walking through the countryside and it's very, very beautiful. That is a connection that is really special.
Nice. Yeah. You feel good with nature, you feel good with yourself.
For me, the best thing that the Camino had were the orange juices. I needed to be able to rest, to start the next day with energy.
Una persona que viene andando desde Francia y es su destino y es su objetivo, o sea, normal que un peregrino se eche a llorar. Sí. Entonces yo creo que merece la pena probar. Cuando tanta gente que lo ha hecho habla bien de él, no he visto a ninguno que no haya sido la mejor experiencia de su vida. O sea, si eso no es suficiente, toda esa línea de costa por donde va esa carretera va el camino portugués. O sea, era como que de la guerra las había separado y el camino las había vuelto a unir.
In the French way, you meet a lot of people, or there's a lot of people to meet, but then when you're doing the Portuguese, since there's less, you end up talking less, and there's a lot of kind of solemn moments where you're alone walking, which I really liked because a big part of the Camino for me was the meditation of it. What's really special about the Camino is all the people that you meet along the way. A lot of people will say, like, it's not coincidence, that's just the spirit of the Camino. It's not something that you have to go and be super prepared for. That's the beauty. He wrote The Alchemist, and he also wrote The Pilgrimage, those two books, and I just finished reading The Alchemist, and that book is kind of changing my life. I love it. And so reading it makes me want to do it again. I think if I did it again, I'd want to do the full Camino by myself with nothing planned. I'd want to go, because now that I've done it twice, I kind of understand. It taught me to understand that everyone has their own path, but we're all on the same, well, everyone has their own journey, but we're all on the same path, you know?
I would say it's a wonderful experience. It would be a gift for ourselves. I mean, if you think you want to explore people, connect with people, be connected with the nature. If you enjoy walking, if I could, I would retire and just go to the Camino several times in my life more, because I would like to know each one of them. He said, did you notice? You start walking at our pace. The fact that I was entertained, everybody that has made the Camino has an advice for you. And they do the same thing I'm saying, take care of your feet. And there is a ton of ways of doing it.
For you to have a good immunity, first of all, you need to exercise. Exercise is proven that improves your immune system. Try to find the best setting to sleep, at least the required time for you to rest, at least 7 hours. You may need to try to fix the problem with the knee. That way you can prove yourself that at least you can walk 2 blocks before you're gonna go through that job. Usually take from the multivitamin because you are gonna have, again, more demand because you're gonna be under more, I would say, challenge your body. I would say for people that they're anxious, I think it's a good idea to talk, to get informed. We're talking about trying to exercise at least 5 times a week, 30 minutes. I don't think it's too complicated to get to do. Prepare in your nutritional part and try to get a balanced diet and try to get more muscle mass.
Yes, everyone's happy. I never saw anyone having an argument or everyone was just so happy. There were groups of people that were just singing. I would definitely recommend researching footwear. If you did have some sort of issue, you could call them and they would help you figure it out. I highly recommend this, having your luggage transferred forward, which was part of our package, so we only had to carry what we needed for the day in our little day packs. We tried looking ourselves, and it was hard to find places and hard to tell exactly where they were in relation to the Camino and the town. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was, but I had used a service that made the reservations for us. The footwear options I had weren't going to cause me any problems. That was my biggest fear.
La vida es como que uno puede hacer el paralelo constante de las cosas de la vida. Entonces vas caminando y te vas dando cuenta de que eso que estás haciendo cuando vivís esta experiencia es un poco una síntesis de lo que es la vida de cada uno. Mínimo son 6 etapas de los últimos 100 kilómetros. Luego de esos 100 kilómetros lo que se hace es pedir que se haga una etapa 2 días, al menos 2 días en Santiago. Disfrutar de la vida y de aprender de todas las cosas que nos pasan en la vida, de las bifurcaciones, de los tropiezos, de los golpes, de los dolores, de todo. Es como que esto es una síntesis hermosa de lo que es la vida. De miedos, de que te quedas solo, de que no sabes, ahora estoy yo solo aquí en medio del bosque y hay veces que uno viene caminando por este bosque y está todo con niebla, oscuro, con lluvia. De cuando llegas ahí es como que se te afloja todo y lo primero que salen son eso, las lágrimas, la gratitud, ¿no? Dar gracias por la vida, que el espíritu es ese, del camino del peregrino que viene, mira, contempla, camina paso a paso, descubre su ritmo y descubre que en el camino que va haciendo se va encontrando con mucha gente. No se puede explicar con las palabras. Era lágrimas, alegría, se te juntan todas las emociones. Ahora cuando me estoy hablando ya me estoy emocionando.
De poder superarse el día a día. Y sí que el camino realmente en la zona de Galicia está bastante. Ellos del camino son como aquel que dice ese registro de que cada uno de los peregrinos consigue. A veces están incluso buscando esos sellos como si fuesen coleccionistas. Es lo que estamos haciendo en la asociación sería marcar el camino con flechas. Esa flecha está en blanco porque ahora vamos a hacer lo siguiente, ya sea con pintura amarilla en un tarro, un bote o algo, con una brocha, se suele pintar.
You will be, when you come back, you will be a different person. And in some respects, the biggest issue for you when you return from an endurance like that is that you will want to do it again. It's always that first step in the beginning. Once you start, you're already on your way to success. The point is that you stop, you take a view, you review how everything's going, what you need to do, and then you act accordingly. This is wonderful, you know, it's so inspirational. And I love the fact that it's not just a test of endurance, but it's also a discovery of life. We talk about people being stuck inside their comfort zone.
I was enjoying my time and I wanted to keep going. And it was a little disappointing that it was over. I wanted to get stamps so that I could get my certificate. But I really wish I got more and filled up like the entire passport. It wasn't a fast-paced environment, which I really enjoy. I felt like America has a super fast-paced, go, go, go sort of place. And I think, especially being a student, I feel that way. I've taken a lot of pictures, mostly of plants and of like architecture that I found were interesting. They were pretty on board with it. I think they really liked the idea of me being able to travel and experiencing new things. I did the Camino with a group of pilgrims from my church. It was about 15 of us.
Mira, yo lo que te digo es, desde cualquier parte del mundo que estás, no tendrás en tu vida mejor empleados 9 días. Tú necesitas tener 9 días para hacerlo todo cuando vuelves. Todo el mundo dice, lo tienes que hacer, te cambia la vida, porque llevas enlazando con lo que has dicho antes. ¿Cuántos años llevas trabajando sin realmente desconectar de verdad? Te cambia el camino. El camino se recuerda durante años. De hecho, tenemos mucha gente que hace el camino cada 2 años. Lo más bonito es las horas en las que está en el camino. Cuando está caminando, cuando va un grupo de 4 o 6 personas con tus primos, pero de repente uno dice voy a caminar un poquito por delante, porque la clave es el peregrino lo da todo, 6, 7, 8 horas caminando. Los momentos más emocionantes que he tenido en mi vida, la entrada a Santiago, bueno, pues empecé a caminar. Y empecé a caminar y a enamorarme del camino. Primero caminaba solo 25 kilómetros, 28, después ya caminaba por la mañana y por la tarde.
Digo que el Camino de Santiago es como un spa para el alma, que te produce por dentro una paz tal que sea el camino factor sorpresa que te pueda ofrecer precisamente toda su esencia, todas sus enseñanzas. Es como una universidad fundada en el siglo IX, que es además la época precisamente del descubrimiento o redescubrimiento del sepulcro del apóstol Santiago. El camino es adictivo, hay mucha gente que repite siempre que puede. Pregunta a ese peregrino o peregrina por qué va a realizar esa experiencia. Le dirá posiblemente pues una serie de contestaciones así un tanto disuasivas como tengo vacaciones, tengo tiempo libre, me gusta la naturaleza, me gusta el deporte, me gusta conocer gente. Es cierto, todo eso está en el Camino de Santiago. Por eso siempre digo que los mejores embajadores o embajadoras que tenemos aquí en esta tierra son precisamente los peregrinos. Porque normalmente, como es una experiencia que marca mucho, pues en el año 1989, que fue la primera vez que hice el camino, recuerdo que el camino no es lo que soy. No había una infraestructura como hoy sí existe. La vida es un camino, que todos somos peregrinos, que tu vida es como un camino, etapas, etapa tras etapa. Cada día es una nueva oportunidad.
I had been talking about my friend all morning long, and there she was. The universe, or whatever you want to talk, say, God, whatever, was telling me my friend was okay. It's all this noise that's in our head, which the Camino really helped me recognize how much I had going on to finally just let it go. Asking for help is a huge thing that we need in life. I don't know, I can't speak for men, but I know women have a tendency, it's difficult for us. And for me, asking for help from others was a big deal. He stands up and he says, oh my God, you're here. I've been praying for you all night. It takes a moment to get there, but when it does, it's spectacular. You must do it. I did it last year. It's the best experience of my life. So already the Camino, before I even knew about it, was guiding me to go and walk the Camino.
Elías estaba él solo frente a todo. Era el proyecto de empezar con esto, después se fue uniendo gente. De hecho había mucha gente que estaba interesada en el Camino de Santiago y bueno, y tenemos amigos que vienen haciendo el camino desde hace 20 años y que dicen, bueno, yo dejaré de hacer el camino el día que no pueda andar. Aparte de los psicólogos que también conocía este hecho, que incluso recomiendan, mira, necesitas desconectar y volver a conectar. No te puedes imaginar la emoción que siente. Es como, de verdad, muchas veces lloras con la gente porque es tan emocionante. Los métodos eran casi rudimentarios porque ¿cuánto habrá desde aquí hasta la primera bifurcación del camino? Pues yo creo que 1 kilómetro. La publicación de la cartografía se realizó en el año 80. Bueno, ese año me parece que llegaron como 10 peregrinos aquí.
That everybody can find the relationship on the Camino de Santiago because you can easily relation Camino de Santiago to life. You cannot choose which is going to be the weather. You just have to walk and have to arrive to Santiago de Compostela. If it rains, it rains. I'm a walker. I love trekking, so I used to walk. Vigo is one of the most important ones, and if you just want to walk the last 100 kilometers, then you can start from Vigo.
This kind of initiative will bring impact to little people, not only the engineers and the executives, for any time. I've been in Europe a couple of times for work, so for vacation, I had the opportunity to go to the Camino is a wish list. I will be keenly observing the infrastructure, particularly how the energy is used and conserving on the way. As an engineer, maybe my approach is to plan the Camino involving all the personal and motivational preparation in personal goals and professional side. For me, it's more like between personal and professional motivations. Personally, you probably will I'm drawn to the bottom of the video with the opportunity to myself in the journey.
Hablas y la primera media hora, 3/4 de hora, mientras hablas calienta. Piensa este es el kilómetro cero y de aquí hasta Santiago pues tiene los casi 1300 kilómetros. Si no lo has hecho nunca está muy fácil. Vamos a ver, normalmente los que se pierden son los que van hablando, que no miran la señal. El año siguiente, en las vacaciones del trabajo, me pedí todas las vacaciones juntas y me fui al camino. Ni móviles. En aquel tiempo no había ni móviles aquí en España. Lo primero, que tú ves a tu ritmo. Cada persona tiene su ritmo. No tiene ni por qué andar 30 kilómetros, ni 40, ni... El año siguiente, en las vacaciones del trabajo, me pedí todas las vacaciones juntas y me fui al camino. Empieza este es el kilómetro cero y de aquí hasta Santiago pues tiene los casi 1300 kilómetros.